I switched up the venue for tonight. The 20 newbies and I have already started eating. The bill's around $30,000, so take care of it, will ya?
Tonight? The welcome party, you mean? The president's doing it at her house, though.
Huh?
Yui, should I bring these plates over?
Yes, please.
My name's Keiichi Sato. I work for the Tokimeki Group, a company that runs luxury restaurants. I belong to the planning department. Everything looks so good.
Thanks. I really put my heart into it.
I'm sure the new hires will love it. This is Yui Toto, president of the Tokimeki Group. Today, we're holding a welcome party for the new employees at her home. Hello?
Oh, is this Keiichi? I changed the venue for the welcome party. Me and the other 20 newbies already started eating.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, I've seen you always eating your cheap little convenience store lunches. So I figured I couldn't really trust you to pick out a good place for tonight. This is a welcome party after all. It should be someplace nice. So I booked a Michelin-starred restaurant my dad likes. You're in charge of the bill, right? It'll be around $30,000, so take care of it.
The place I picked? The president's doing the welcome party at her house, though.
What? But your email said the welcome party was at the cheap izakaya by the station.
That was just the meeting spot. Everyone else is already here. Just bring everyone here now. It's not too late if you hurry.
What? Then what about the bill here? Sorry I'm late.
Oh, Misaki.
Hey, Dad.
Classic Misaki, hey? What are we gonna do with her? She's always been a bit of a scatterbrain, ever since she was little.
This isn't something an executive should be apologizing for. Misaki, please explain this in your own words.
I misunderstood and thought the welcome party was at the izakaya by the station. I just thought a big company like ours shouldn't be welcoming new employees at a cheap little place like that.
So you took the liberty of changing the restaurant on your own.
And besides, the other new hires said they'd never been to a high-class restaurant before. I thought that if we're going to be working at the world-famous Tokimeki Group, that just wouldn't do. I wanted everyone to experience first-class food and service.
I think it's nice you wanted everyone starting here to experience a first-class restaurant, but the email clearly stated that the izakaya was just a meeting spot. And even if you believe changing it was the right move, you should have checked with someone first.
I'm sorry.
I understand your reasoning, Misaki. We'll arrange another opportunity for the new hires to dine at one of our restaurants later. The food today might be a bit plain, but please, help yourselves.
Yui. It's not plain at all. It's worth more than any gourmet course in the world.
Huh?
You made all of this from scratch, right? You even planned out what to cook based on the new hires' favorite foods.
Yeah. It was just my way of trying to make them feel welcome here.
I think real hospitality is thinking about what would make your guests happy and putting your heart into it. And that's exactly what you did today.
Thank you, Keiichi. The reason I had the welcome party at my home was to try and convey that very thought. That you can provide first-class service without any luxury ingredients or a flashy space.
I couldn't agree more.
Up until now, we've only run high-end restaurants, but I feel like people's needs are changing.
You might have a point there.
I want to think hard about what people really want.
I'll give it some thought too.
Thank you.
This might be the first time I've had such a serious discussion with Yui. She's hardworking, she cares about her staff, she really is a wonderful person. Wait, snap out of it, Keiichi. What am I thinking? This is the president we're talking about. After the welcome party. Honestly, you almost gave me a heart attack back there.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad things worked out in the end anyway. By the way, what did you end up doing about the restaurant bill?
I told them to put it on your tab.
What? How much was it?
$30,000?
The $30,000?
You're the managing director, right, Dad? You can afford that much, no? Don't sweat it. I'll get promoted soon anyway. Think of it as an investment in the future.
$30,000? That really stings. But I don't want to look bad in front of Misaki. I guess I'll just have to bite the bullet and pay out of my own pocket. A few days later.
KG, do you have a moment?
Of course. Why am I getting so flustered? Ever since the welcome party, I can't stop thinking about Yui. What is it?
The thing is, we're working on a new restaurant concept right now. Up until now, we've always opened restaurants in prime city locations. But this time, I want to open one in a residential neighborhood, in a single house.
A single house? You mean just a regular suburban house?
Yes. The idea is we only take one group per day with a completely tailor-made menu. The dishes will be based on each guest's preferences, which we'll gather beforehand.
Just like the welcome party.
Exactly. The welcome party was also meant to be a demonstration of the new restaurant concept. What I want to emphasize in this single house restaurant is honest, heartfelt hospitality. So, Keiichi, will you take the lead on this project?
Huh? Me?
Yes. I realized during the welcome party that you're the perfect person for this. That day, you stood up for Misaki when she misunderstood the plans, and you cheered me up too. When I was feeling down about my feelings not getting across to the new hires, I think someone who can show that kind of thoughtfulness is perfect for this.
Thank you so much. I'd be honored to take the lead on this.
You don't need to stick to Tokimeki's traditional luxury image either. But of course, that doesn't mean we can compromise on the quality of the food or the service. Because I believe that's the real value we offer.
Yes, absolutely. And so, I became the team leader and began working toward opening the single house restaurant. I want to be able to change the tableware and arrangements flexibly to match each guest's tastes. That's why I think the interior should be kept as simple as possible. We should minimize the decorations.
That's impossible. This is a Tokimeki restaurant, you know. It needs to feel more luxurious and glamorous.
But the whole concept this time is...
Even if it's just one location, we can't be opening a restaurant that doesn't live up to Tokimeki's image. It would be an insult to the years of history and tradition Tokimeki has worked so hard to build up.
Of course, I have no intention of disregarding Tokimeki's tradition, but flashy decorations aren't the only thing that makes something Tokimeki.
I was right about this guy. He doesn't have a clue.
Misaki and I often had a difference of opinion, which led to us butting heads on more than one occasion. A week later, we held the mid-project presentation. The restaurant will be called Toki. The name means time in Japanese. It carries the meaning of offering a one-of-a-kind moment. Oh! The interior will be unified in white, not to overshadow the food and tableware. For the main table, which sets the tone of the space, we'll use two options, marble and mahogany. We'll choose between them based on the guest's preferences and the concept of that particular meal.
Oh, that's wonderful.
While the menu will be fully custom made, we'll also create a signature dish that represents us. That concludes my mid-project report.
Thank you, Keiichi. You've really outdone yourself.
Thank you so much.
It feels flexible, while still being unmistakably Tokimeki.
I was worried that with a fully custom-made menu, you wouldn't be able to express Tokimeki's identity. But creating a signature dish is a great idea.
Please keep moving forward with this plan.
Wait a moment. Could you also take a look at my proposal?
Huh? Misaki?
I came up with an idea that would make this even better, so I went ahead and put together my own proposal. Please hold off on making a judgment until you've seen mine too.
Alright, let's hear it.
Thank you so much. What I propose is the ultimate single house restaurant that inherits Tokimeki's traditions. The interior will be unified with top-of-the-range furniture from Day's Company, the epitome of luxury, and... That concludes my proposal.
I think it's not a bad idea.
Right?
But it doesn't really fit the concept we're going for this time.
Huh?
In this new restaurant, I don't want us to force our idea of first-class service onto guests. I want to provide the value of letting them choose for themselves. Your proposal doesn't express that, Misaki. What do you all think?
I agree. Keiichi's plan felt fresh and innovative. Misaki's proposal isn't really much different to what we've already done.
Then, we'll move forward with Keiichi's plan. And one more thing, Misaki. It's great that you're passionate about work, but cutting off a senior employee's presentation to push your own isn't appropriate. Don't forget to show respect to the people you work with.
I'm sorry. My plan was way better though, right, Dad?
Yes, it was an excellent proposal, dear. Huey doesn't know what she's talking about. At this rate, Tokimeki's just gonna degrade into some cheap restaurant chain.
I won't let that happen.
I actually have an idea of my own. I'm in charge of the renewal project for Maison de Tokimeki.
And that's the very first Tokimeki group restaurant, right?
Yes, and I think your proposal today is just what that place needs. How about taking charge of it?
Huh? Are you sure?
You'll never be able to show your true potential working under a guy like Keiichi. Ever since you were little, I made sure you always had the best of the best. So express your own idea of what first class really means to the fullest. You should know better than anyone after all.
Thank you, Dad. I won't let you down.
Let's schedule the renewal to coincide with Keiichi's little restaurant opening.
I see. I like that. We'll show them.
A few months later, the restaurant I led, Toki, and the Maison de Tokimeki that Misaki managed both opened their doors. Thank you so much for coming personally to cover us, sir. It means a lot having the editor-in-chief here.
No, thank you for making time to meet with me so soon after your grand opening.
We're always happy to welcome Gourmet Notebook for coverage.
Gourmet Notebook always features a new or renewed restaurant on its cover each issue. The fact that you're here now must mean next month's cover will be ours. If we're really gonna be on the cover, it'll put us on a whole new level of prestige.
I almost feel bad for the guys at Toki. They must have been aiming for the cover too.
Well, unfortunately for them, it just so happened that our openings coincided. Mr. Tonosaki, please enjoy your meal.
How is everything? From the chef to the ingredients to the atmosphere? I think you'll find it's all the cream of the crop.
It's very much the Tokimeki style, I see.
We call this our Phantom Truffle. It's a white truffle from Alba. We're the only restaurant in the country where you can taste it. We went to a lot of trouble to get it on our menu.
Yeah, it tastes good.
That's it? Not really the reaction I was expecting. Does he not understand how valuable this truffle is?
We've also prepared the finest wines to match each dish.
No thank you. I'm working, so I'll pass on the wine.
Oh, I see.
In that case, I'll bring out dessert.
That won't be necessary either. This is enough for the interview. Thank you for your time. By the way, I also visited your group's other new restaurant, Toki, the other day.
What? When did you... Well, let me apologize. It must have been quite a letdown compared to us.
No, not at all. It was extraordinary. I went there with my wife for a wedding anniversary. When I mentioned during the reservation interview that our honeymoon had been in Noto, they matched the dishes and tableware to that theme.
That does sound wonderful.
my wife and I ended up taking quite a trip down memory lane. It was a really priceless experience.
Priceless, you say?
I'm gonna go back for a proper interview soon too.
What? You're interviewing Toki too? But we're gonna be the ones on the next issue's cover, right?
I can't say. We never disclosed the cover in advance. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
2 weeks later, the latest issue of Gourmet Notebook was released.
KG, Toki made the cover.
You're right. The editors seemed to really enjoy our interview, but I never imagined we'd actually end up on the cover.
He even wrote about his impression from the time he visited with his wife.
A space and cuisine prepared with heart and passion, just for us. I realized that this, truly being seen and understood, is the ultimate luxury, more so than any high-end ingredient.
It's nothing but glowing praise. I knew you could pull this off, Keiichi.
No, it all came from your idea, Yui. I only had the honor of helping bring it to life.
Still as humble as ever, I see. Which is another thing I like about him. But with a praise like this, our guests' expectations are going to be higher than ever. Let's not spend too much time patting ourselves on the back. We need to stay focused on giving each guest a truly personal experience.
Agreed.
Wait! What the hell is this? Why is Toki on the cover and not us?
It's not just the cover. The first 8 pages of the feature are all about Toki.
And us? What about Maison de Tokimeki?
Just a tiny mention at the end of Toki's article. The group's Maison de Tokimeki also reopened on the same day.
That's it? Not even a photo? What the hell is this?
Damn it, Tonosaki. Some editor-in-chief they have over there. He didn't understand the value of our cuisine at all.
Still, for Toki of all places to steal the cover from us.
Don't worry, Misaki. There's probably a rational explanation for this. I guess they were a brand new opening. We were just a renewal. If we're talking about buzz, they had the advantage. But we're still the real thing. Any real foodie would know.
We're gonna be okay, right?
Of course. We'll just crush them in sales. Toki only serves one group a day. Their profits can't amount to much.
You have a point there.
All right, now let's hear each restaurant's reservation status and sales report.
Toki's fully booked for the next 3 months, and our monthly sales are at 128% of our target. Oh, high-end wine sales have been exceeding expectations. It seems customers naturally order more through conversations with the chef.
And your gross margin?
We've kept it at 64%, exactly as planned.
Excellent. You've done very well.
Thank you very much.
Next, Maison de Tokimeki, if you be so kind.
Yes, we're fully booked on weekends, a month ahead, and VIP referral reservations are increasing.
That's impressive for such a large restaurant with so many seats.
Our monthly sales are at 135% of our target.
Nice.
Good job. And your gross margin?
Gross margin? Well, you see...
Allow me to present that figure. What? A gross margin of 22%? After labor and rent, that leaves us with almost no profit. What's going on here? You've been buying a lot of market-priced ingredients, but every one of them has far exceeded your estimated costs. Didn't you make any adjustments?
But the concept of Maison de Tokimeki is the height of extravagance. There's no way we could compromise on ingredients. And besides, our sales are growing.
If your costs eat up all your sales, it doesn't really mean anything.
But we just reopened. We had to make an impact.
And then what? Lower the quality of the food from next month?
Well...
Misaki, I know Tokimeki Group's traditions mean a lot to you. That's why, when the managing director asked me to leave Maison de Tokimeki in your hands, I allowed it.
Huh.
But listen, without making a profit, traditions can't be preserved. If you keep offering unsustainable service, you'll end up betraying your customers sooner or later. Review your supply system from the ground up.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, Maison de Tokimeki changed suppliers drastically to cut down on ingredient costs. As a result, word spread about the food tasting worse, and reservations plummeted. Eventually, they were forced to close the restaurant.
This is all my fault.
What have we done? After all that happened, their pride was too injured to stay at the company any longer, and they both resigned. Misaki found work at another high-end restaurant, but she made the same mistakes again and quit. Kenji also struggled to find new work, and now both of them.
How did I end up in a place like this?
Meanwhile, as for me,
I hear Toki is fully booked for the next 6 months.
yes, thankfully.
I knew trusting you with this was the right call. Say, would you like to have dinner at my place again this weekend?
Sounds great. I'll let the staff know.
No, that's not what I meant. How about having dinner with just the two of us?
What? Enjoyed the video?
Then smash that like button and subscribe.